Once again, once again, I have done one mistake as well. Once again, actually, I am. Hmm, Basically, I'm uploading the image of uh, that chapter so that you can also see what I am reading. Hmm. Hi, as you know, I am Sashi Kumar. Currently, I am doing BTech from Civil Engineering branch from VIT Sindri, and this is day 4 of improving my communication skill. And today I will skip, no, don't skip. Uh, First, I will do tongue twister. Then I will read a book. Today, I chapter 4. And before starting all those things, I will uh, tell how was the day. First, as I slept at 4 a.m. But I wake up at approx 9 a.m. After that, I was thinking, कि I will, I have breakfast. After that, I will take a rest. But suddenly, I remember my friends told me that today is one online exam of theory of structure. So, uh, uh, so I practice. I went to the this, dinner or mess, and there I have taken breakfast in dalia and chana, dalia and grains, sprouts. Uh, After that, started giving exam at 9:55 to 11, approx 1 hour, uh, 1 hour 10 minutes. So we have three questions, uh, one from slope deflection, one from moment distribution method, and one from columnology method. Sir, but one good thing is sir has already shared one book with us, and there we can find one question, question number 3, that columnology method. Just one things were changed in that question was point load. There was in book there is 30 Newton, and in test paper. The point load was 30. In 40 30 means that's a changes in both questions. And first one was easy slope reflection method, but the lengthy one, it takes approx 40 minutes if you solve this complete process without any cheating and taking help from other. So that all the thing. And second question was a little bit tricky, but that was easy because we have to cheating from ChatGPT because that question was is means term was changed every means topic has some others name. So sir has used other names, and many people are confusing between that names, which chapter that question come from, which topics that question come from. So, but somehow we find out in ChatGPT. After that, we completed, and I make we all friends came together and make uh, start solving the question. Then my one of my friend Aditya, he was solving question number one, and then I was at that time I was solving question number three, and we have taken 1 hour to solve each per month, approx 1 month question. One means one question by ourselves, and other question was taken from friends. Means Aditya taken from me, and I have taken question number one from Aditya, and that's how we solve question number one and three. And as we are not able to solve question number two at that time, so we taken photos from other boy, one of my friend, and I we uploaded at time is box 11. Sir increase the time 11:05, so we uploaded at that time. But some of my friends missed that time, and they are panic. So, but sir, again increase 5 minutes. Then we help them, and they upload the documents. First, the main problem was that people are not able to make PDF from images. That was a difficult task for all of us. But as I have already done these things many times, so that was easy for me, and I help my friends so they can do early. And all about this, for example, after that I have taken rest. Then we went to mess, and there I miss uh, in lunch that was biryani, but is what I say, just waste, no taste, nothing, just like okay, leave it. But I have explained him to how to make the biryani in better way. So I expect from next time they will make good biryani for us. And after that, I read, I practice some questions, and after that I take rest. After that, I wake up and fresh up, and then I start reading theoretical structures. Then after that, after some times, one of my friend Devotion come to my room, and he explained many things about AI and all those things. Actually, he's also video editing, so he explained me which software is helping him to make videos through AI and all those things. So I it's approx 1.5 hour we spent to each other with each other. Then he explained me about Notebook LM, uh, VO3, and voiceover things where he make voiceover things and all those things, and many things he saw his videos, uh, and I have also shared this type of video I edited, and all those things we share to each other. After that, I actually today is Chandragram, so everyone went to mesh earlier as as expected. Means they at mostly we went to the mess as at 9 p.m. But today we went at the mess as at 8:30, and everyone is not us only. Every otherwise also went to the mess at 8:38. So they can finish their dinner before 9:30 just because of Chandragram. Actually, in initial time I also don't means take care about all those things. Then I hear one story by Rajwan sir. He explained how that Chandragram and all those things affect us. So that's from that day I just take care of all those events like Chandragram, Suryagram, and other runs and other things. That's geotechnical things, geo geographical things, okay, astronomical things. So uh, it's all about today. One more thing is today one of my friend, he is also CML1 in our batch. Sumit Kumar also came in my room after a long time. So yeah, all the things. So first I will try some tongue twister. After that I will read book. Actually I'm feeling tired and I want to sleep earlier so that I can wake up at 6 7 a.m. and do some yoga to control my mind. So uh, first let's leave it the class mother. What? Yeah, Peter Piper picked a picked of a pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pickle of sorry. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. 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 Peter Piper Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. 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 Peter Piper Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. 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 That's good. Uh, I will use one Hindi or tongue twister. Ketchup popper pakar popper 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 ketchup popper pakar popper. Once again, once again. It's working fine. Okay. Kaccha papad pakka papad 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 kaccha papad pakka papad. It's too no. I was not expecting that much. I can take kaccha papad pakka papad 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 kaccha papad pakka Kacapapal Kakapapal Kacapapal Kakapapal Kacapapal Kakapapal Kacapapal Kacapapal Kakapapal Kacapapal Oh, Kacapapal Kakapapal Kacapapal Kakapapal Kacapapal Kakapapal Kacapapal Kakapapal Kacapapal Kakapapal Kacapapal First I have to tell, then I will use pencils. Kacha papad, kacha papad, pakka 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 papad. Kacha papad, kacha papad, pakka 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 papad. कच्चा पापड़, पक्का पापड़, 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 कच्चा पापड़, पक्का पापड़. Now it's time to move forward. How much would chunk if would chunk would how much would chunk if a would chunk could chunk would chunk. Hmm. How much would chunk if a would chunk would? That's a little bit. How much would chunk if a would chunk would? How much would chunk if a would chunk would? How much would if would would? How much would if a would would? How much would if a would? How much would if a would? How much would if a would? How much if a would? How much would if a would? How much 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 would how much if a can would? Okay, it's she sells by the seahorse. 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 Okay. Peter Piper picked up a peck of pickled pepper. Peter Piper picked up a peck of pickled pepper. Peter Piper picked up a peck of pickled. Bitty buy some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the bitter butter better. Bitty buy some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the bitter butter better. Bitty buy some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the bitter butter better. That lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the lips, the teeth. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, your lips. 3 times continuously. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the lips, the teeth. The teeth, the lips. Again. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the lips, the teeth. The teeth, The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the lip. Again, again, I have done mistakes. The the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. Yes. Who is second viewer? The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the lip, the teeth, the lips. Okay, again. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the lips, the teeth. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the lips, the teeth. The teeth, the lips. Okay, fine. I know. I was expecting that. Hmm. Mhm. One important one. Red lorry, yellow lorry, 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 red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry, 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 red lorry, yellow lorry. Red bulb, blue bulb, 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 red bulb, blue bulb. Bitty by some but the butter, bitty by some but bitty but bitty by some but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the butter better. Bitty by some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the butter better. Once again, actually, I have I changed my plan as tomorrow is our exam, so I would like to revise my syllabus first. Then we will move toward our toward our next procedure. That's the book reading. So where is once again what was my I have to check my syllabus third and fourth unit data screen. Um, Traffic engineering principles and payment material and mixed design. Traffic engineering principle. Traffic engineering. Traffic engineering principles. After that, we will go with what the okay. It's fine. It's working. Best in computer. Traffic engineering, traffic state. Mm. So, I'm going to share my screen. Then I will revise our whole syllabus. Mm, nahi. Uh-huh. So this is the module three. What is going on? It's working. I hope. Uh, Okay, this one is module three of our syllabus, traffic engineering, in which we are going to study first traffic engineering. What is traffic engineering? In traffic engineering, we see a traffic characteristic, traffic study and analysis, traffic control device and operation. In traffic characteristic, road user characteristic and vehicular characteristic. In road user characteristic, physical, mental, psychology. Vehicle में statics and dynamic. Statics means की weight dimension and dynamic means braking test. Road user characteristic. Vision. Sharper vision is concentrated in the zone formed by lane angle lane whose angle is 3 degree above the center of retina, which zone is called a zone of accurate vision. However, however, vision is still satisfactory up to an angle of 10 to 12 degree above center of retina. This one is 3 degree, this is 10 to 12 degree. Means ki, I think it's trying to say ki from our eyes we can see 3 to 10 degree uh, in road. Sharper vision is concentrated in the zone formed by a lane whose angle is 3 degree above the center of retina. Uh, this zone is called zone of accurate. This one, zone of accurate vision. Zone of accurate vision 3 degree, and however vision is still satisfactory up to 10 to 12 degree. Road user characteristic. Um, Peripheral vision. It is a total vision field on both the eyes. Means ki, what we see from both eyes. Angle of peripheral vision is 160 degree in horizontal plane and 110 degree in vertical plane. Yes, you can see 160 degree in horizontal plane and 110 degree in vertical plane. As the speed of driver increase, peripheral vision reduces the strict the driver to move at separate speed. Means ki if you increase the speed, you cannot see more area. You have to focus on main street and main view. Within the peripheral vision, eyes of a normal person can see any object but without clear detail and color. Within the peripheral, if you aspirate a move, then we can see the object but not there. This which type of object means all things were blur. Means when we move fast in a road, then we can see something is in our 160 degree, but we cannot see what is there actually. We see green but not means not clearly green. Means, yeah, there is tree. The type greenery type of means you can imagine like a one cloth that both sides. This blur within the peripheral vision. Road user characteristic. I said a person is said to have a normal vision of 6 by 6 if he is able to recognize any alphabet, or I mean 6 by 6 if you 8.5 mm from a distance of 6 meter. That means you have a 6 by 6 vision. If vision of 6 by 9 or 6 by 12 are poorer than normal vision, 6 by 9 vision means that a normal eyesight person can see at a distance of 9 meter. A 6 by 9 eyesight person can see at a 6 meter. Means if 6 by 6 normal eyesight means 6 by 6 person can see 9 meter object is something 8.5 mm object from 9 meter, then a 6 by 9 can see that object from 6 meter clearly. That's the thing. Means a normal eyesight 6 by 6. If a 8 point object can be seen by 6 meter, then its eyesight is 6 by 6. If a poor eyesight means 6 by 9 and 6 by 12, then that object can be seen from 9 meter actually. 6 meter, 9 meter. Yeah, there is mistakes. Yeah, we can see means if 6 by 6 person can see any object from 9 meter, then that person, I means if our eyesight is 6 by 9, then we can go forward toward the object to see that object. If 6 by 12, then normal person can see any object from 12 meter, then 6 by 12 vision person can have to go 6 meter close to object, then he can see the object. So if there is a question, if a 6 by 6 eyesight driver recognize speed limits and having alphabets at 25 mm at a distance from 100 meter, means 100 meters, then 6 by 9 means ki, so means 6 by 9 66.7 meter equals 6 by 12, then first 6 by 12 means 100 into 6 by 12 or 25 no? Mm, means 6 by 12 what the 6 meter means, simply we do one calculation. 6 by 6 person can see 25 meter object from 100 meter. 25 meter. 8 so 6 by 9 first by how much, कितना क्लोज जाना पड़ेगा 100 6 into 6 divided by 9, that's become to 6.67, then so into 6 by 12, then it's become to 50 approx 50 meter. It's good. 50. So vehicle statics and dynamics, staticals dimension braking efficiency vehicular characteristic. As per IRC, maximum width of vehicle is 2.44 meter width and maximum length of vehicle tractor या trailer 18 meter. Maximum height of vehicle 4.7 meter. That was the height of double decker bus. Maximum weight over the vehicle 52.2 tons. Standard XL means this one is for 6 ton. If one bus with means one XL 6 ton, two XL 10.2, three XL 18 ton. I understand. I understand. If any bus, any vehicle with one axle, that weight is 6 ton. If any vehicle with two tire axles, this four tire in a axle, then that weight is approx 10.2 ton. If same is there's a connected one, then it in tons. Braking test of to find a skid resistance coefficient. Mm. Braking test of find to find a skid resistance coefficient. Braking characteristics of vehicle depend on the design and type of braking system and its efficiency. Example: mechanical fluid or air brakes means how the braking system working in which mechanical things, fluid, air brakes, all those things comes, which can be determined the approximate braking test. Suppose कि brake applied vehicle stop at which time we applied the brake and at how much distance he cover after complete when velocity becomes zero. So the formula is like a skid resistance by friction coefficient into 100. Braking test to find a skid resistance coefficient. Braking distance initial speed u equal duration of brake st. It's all the thing is braking efficiency. B If we assume the 100% braking system, then we can go with that. Braking test to find a skid resistance coefficient. If case one, LV and LU. LV length. That length of just after vehicle will stop. LV is equal to U square by 2GF. F is equal to friction is equal to U square by 2GL. Braking test to find a skid resistance coefficient when U initial speed and time is given. Then F is equal to A by G. Note SST बराबर U dt और by U square by V square by 2GF. इसलिए 0.278 by 255. Again wrong. SST बराबर then GF बराबर A. ये GF. Okay, we have to know. Traffic studies, traffic volume, speed, flow, electricity capacity, and all those things. So, I'm going with that. Traffic studies and analysis, traffic volume study, vehicles per hour. Once again, to make all things easy, I would like to add one slide. Mm, the way to characterize traffic engineering, traffic all those things. We have a peripheral region 3 degree and 10 to 12 degree. Maximum 4.75 for truck and tractor. Height double decker bus 4.75 feet. Width of vehicle 2.44. Length 15 meter. Truck and tractor weight 52.2 tons. Braking test to find out a skid resistance if friction is F. At least two of following, following three data are required for calculating a skid resistance. Length of a skid mark. If you want to calculate the braking test, then we need length of the skid marks when from vehicle apply the brake and where is it stop, and initial speeds, what the initial speed of the vehicle, and actual duration of brake application is how much the time till actual duration of brake application. मीन्स ब्रेक कितना दूर तक अप्लाइड था उसका एप्लीकेशन रहा. B. Braking efficiency बराबर friction obtained from braking test F maximum known. Length of a skid mark is 10 meter. Initial speed 30 and the skid resistance length is equal to इतना U is equal to 30 kmph means 300 by 60 means kmph meter per second. All the thing. Length is equal to the V square by 2GF. So F is equal to for a skid friction a skid. Skidding resistance is equal to V square by 2GL. V square velocity is 300 by 36 all square 2 into 10. For vehicle moving at a speed of 40 kmph was stopped by applying the brake and length of a skid mark is 12.2 meter. A speed is given, length is given, average skid resistance is given, braking. Then now it's time to find out braking efficiency. So there is a formula L is equal to V square by 254 F. So friction is equal to this F, F actual is 0.596, F max is equal to 0.70. So braking efficiency was calculated by 0.70. So there will given. No, a bit, a bit. I have to remember कि f maximum can be 0. अच्छा, there is given f maximum is given and uh, we find out if actually is here. So what was the efficiency of braking? Length of a skid mark is 7 meter and braking time is 1.4 second. Then how can we find f? So v square बराबर u square plus 2as 9 plus formulas and all those things. So u square बराबर minus 2as uh, b is equal to from here we can find out f A is equal and A is equal to GF. GF means F is equal to A by G. We already we find out and G is equal to 9.81. That's the way to find out. And if traffic studies and analysis, traffic volume, it is the number of vehicle per unit time at particular push push. That's all the things. Traffic characteristic, green shield model, green model, and okay, leave it. Who is still watching me? Okay, now it's time to read the book. And I will do it in the morning so that I need to. Now, as we know, this is the day 4. So we will reach chapter number 4, Girl on Motorcycle, on a Motorcycle. Uh, this is the book from where life is what you make it. Once again, this is the book, Life is what you make it, and by this book is by Preeti Shannon. Hmm. Girls on Motorcycle. Uh, okay, that's fine. Oh, I understand why it's showing. Then I have to reshare the window. I'm why I'm not able to this one. Because on motorcycle, I have to check it's working or not. It's fine, it's working. Okay. So what before explaining all the things we have already explained what the story is going on in last day last. So I'm moving forward. Girl on a motorcycle. So what else? So what else has your brother told you? Asked Avi. Turn around slightly so that I could hear him over the din of his bike. Wouldn't you love to know? I replied. What? He asked again. I am not going to elaborate and hey, please don't keep me turning around or talk to me. It's making me nervous and please keep your eyes on the road. Yes, ma'am, he said, and he was true to his word. I was beginning to relax a little now, but at the same time, I was feeling a strange kind of guilt that I was being somewhat disloyal to my vow. It was crazy. Rationalized. It wasn't it was not as though I wanted to go on a bike with a bee, and it is not even as though I had a choice. But still, that little pinprick guilt would not go away. I just pushed it up to the back of my mind. Watch out! I am slowing down and need to apply the brake, said Avi. He said is a three more time each time he slowed down. I smiled as he was really making an effort to be extra careful. It was okay, I finally told him after he repeated it from the fourth time. I don't worry so much. I know your intentions are not dishonorable. Thank you for trusting, he said. Thanks for trusting, he said. The night sky looked magnificent with an explosion of a thousand stars. The moonlight was given everything a silver. It was adding to the magic, and I was actually beginning to enjoy the ride. We still had about 30 kilometers of the journey left. We kept checking if I was comfortable. He was driving smoothly too. I was perfectly relaxed and very comfortable by now. The highway to Kochi passed through a small village. It was a desolated as all the shops were shut and the doors to the small tile-roofed house were also shut. There were there were brass oil lamps with a single flame burning, flickering like they are dancing, left at the doorways of the most homes. The brass lamps were a floor lamp, which stood either on the floor or on a small wooden raised platform. It was a custom in Kerala that that there should be a welcoming lamp at the door to uh, user the goddess usher to usher the goddess of wealth and good future in. Most villages still followed it. I wished I had a camera to capture the beauty of the scene, the glow of the brass lamp and the beauty of tiled house against the darkness of the night in the background. I took a snapshot in my head. After the blaze, one of the outskirts of it, there was a few push carts selling hot dosa and steaming idlis and upmarch. It was the equivalent of dhabas in northern India. Truck truck drivers usually frequent these joints. "Shall we stop?" asked Ravi. "The food is really delicious here. These push carts are called Thatu carts. Have you ever eaten in Thatu Karda?" "No, but I have eaten in dhaba. Stop if you want to." "Well, you don't get dosa and upma in dhaba. You must try it. You won't regret, I promise," he said as he stopped. We got off the back and walked towards the Thatu Karda. Um, not sure. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Uh, Once again, what's oh, sorry. Sad. Hmm. Shall we stop after we? Okay, I promise, he said as he stopped. We got off the bike and walked toward the Thatu Kada. There was a wooden bench and he both sat on it as we asked for a plate of dosa and appam. And the guy at the shop was looking at us as strangely. So where the few truck driver whose truck were parked nearby, they were eating there. Obviously, a young couple on a bike late at night in conservative Kerala could imply only one thing in their book. Abhi sensed by discomfort and said, "Ignore them. Just look at me and concentrate on the food." "Are you sure this is safe?" I asked, moving a little closer to him instinctively. "Relax, you are in my land. That is indeed Kerala, and nothing will go wrong if you are with me." He smiled confidently. The palms and dosa we had were the most delicious that I had tasted so far in my life. We topped it with a cup of steaming hot tea. The feeling of a full stomach with completely satiated taste buds, a nice atmosphere, and good company under a night sky is one of the most pleasant things that one can experience. I was content and I was happy. We cut into these feelings almost immediately. I can read from here, but I think that I have to tell you something, he said, and his tone was one of that instantly recognized. It put me on alert. I had heard the some tones in Wave's voice. God, please let me not to spoil this lovely time we had by confessing his love for me, I thought. Ankita, I really will. Ankita, I really love you, he said. I didn't know what to say. I looked away. Then I turned back. I was speechless. You have no we have known me for what 3 days, I said finally. You have known me for what 3 days, I said finally. I'm not kidding, Ankita. I fell in love with you. The moment I saw you, I have never felt like this about any before. Trust me. I'm crazy about you, honestly, and I have never done anything like this before in my life. This confessing feelings all and all these confessing feelings and all is just not me but with you I really cannot hold back anymore, he said, looking straight into my eyes. His eyes shone with a symmetry and kind of desperate manic glint that was hard to comprehend. I was completely taken aback. I did not expect a briefed it all, even though I had half anticipated it when he said he had something to say, but I did not think he would be so forthright and so open about it. There was only one thing to do, to tell him about Weber. So I did. I do have a boyfriend, and who is this person? And who is this person? May I ask? In is it someone I know? No, you don't know him. He is a classmate of mine. We went to school together. He is in Delhi now. The relief on his face was almost instant. So he is not even here. A moment later he added, "And why don't I believe you? Why don't I believe you?" He asked searchingly, looking at me with a glad look. Maybe because you cannot see him. Ha ha. Ha ha ha, he laughed. That's because of you just made him up and he does not exist. He said triumphantly. Oh no, he does. I did not mean it that way. I had hastily clarified. I was sure you just made it up for me off, but I don't give up so easily. Look, I said I cannot do anything to convince you. It is the truth. Priya told me you don't have a boyfriend. You asked Priya about me. What does she know about me? You should have asked Shuvi. She is one of my closest friends. I mean what I said, Ankita. Please don't say anything. Please think about it. That's all I ask of you. Look, we have had a great time, but let's forget all this. You drove me back, I said as I walked towards his back. We completed the rest of journey in silence. Yes, these things happen when usually I confess someone. Uh, I think I have to read this book earlier. I am feeling regret to buying this book in 2021 and reading in 2025. The long means approx 21 means approx 19 December 21 and today is 25, 22, 23, 24, 25, approx 4 year. I kept this book in my hand always means while J preparation, you know, first year, second year, and every time. But I haven't time to read this amazing book. As this book is relevant to me, as also I'm similar. I have this similar story in my life. Okay, we completed the rest of journey in silence. The next day was a holiday due to some festival, and I was glad as it gave gave me some time to rest and think about things. Think about things. The the ring of the phone woke up me up next morning when my parents had gone for their walk. It was Suvi. She said Abhi at a college get a little while ago asking for her. He had lied to the hostel warden that he was her cousin. Suvi had presumed that it had something to do with me and met him. He had given her my brown leather diary, which I had forgotten in the auditorium. He had found the lyrics of the song "Nothing Gonna Stop Us," which I had scribbled on a piece of paper. He was convinced that I had written the lyrics for him and was no playing hard to get. He had said this to Suvi and had also given her sealed envelope which she was to deliver to me. Suvi said that he would just not believe her when she tried to tell him the truth about Pepper. What an idiot he was! How could we presume that I wrote the song for him? Why didn't he just believe Subi, me, or I just could not wait to reach college that day, Suvi, and I bunked the first class and went to the college library. The library was huge, and there were many corners where we could talk un, undisturbed. Undisturbed. She handed me the letter as well as my diary that Abhi had given her. It was a sealed yellow envelope with the address in a small Neat writing. Go on, smiled Suvi, open it. Go on, smiled Suvi, open it. She argued obviously to my inner turmoil, turmoil, uh, turmoil. Yeah, you can see turmoil and confusion. I did not want to open the letter. I dreaded it. I dreaded it. I dreaded it. I felt it was wrong. I felt I was betraying Beba. I don't feel like I whispered. Don't be an idiot. Here, let me open it. She said, grabbing it. No, I said, snatching it back from her and keeping it in a dairy. I will open it at home. I want to see what he was written. Open it, open it. She argued, yes, you shall read it fully, and but not only after I read it. I said with an air of finality as I closed the dairy and stood up. I opened it later at home after I had bolted my door. He had he had used expensive handmade paper. His writing was small, precise, and very neat. Dearest Ankita, he had begun, and I cringed. I was not his dearest. Pardon my addressing you as dearest, but right now, that is how I feel towards you. I almost jumped. God, good Lord, could be ready. Good Lord, could be read my mind. You have given in my life. Once again. Okay. Now it's time to move forward. You have given in my you have given my life a new direction, and nothing has mattered so much to me till now. Till now, Swami Vivekananda had said, we are what our thought have made us. We are what our thought may have made us. So take care what you think. The thoughts lab, they travel far. Right now, Ankita, my thought are centered only on you. I cannot think of anything else but you. I have a state of the whole night thinking and rethinking, and I am swept away by the depth of my own emotion. I had tried not to act like this. I hate it, but I cannot help it. I have tried not to act like this. I hate it, but I cannot help it. I understand. God, you are lovely and really very beautiful, but that is not we. I feel like this towards you. I love the way you speak, the way you smile, the way you are so easily soft. I love the sorry, why forget enthusiasm. I love the enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. One second, why? Enthusiasm. 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 Okay. Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm you have, and you I love the enthusiasm you have and how you think that you have to do it all. I love the way you come up with the repeat repairs reparts, and you come you come up with reparts, and you work so hard to make things happen. I love the way you warn me on the back to behalf myself. Trust me, even if you had if you hadn't, I would have treated you with utmost regard. You deserve of so much. I love your spirit that, and the way you spoke on Mandal Commission that the day at Symphony, even though you knew nothing about it, I admire your courage to go up on the stage. You may not have won a prize that day, but in my mind, you were clearly a winner. I love the way I love the way your eyes sparkle when you speak. The seem they seem to dance to the they seem to dance to the rhythm of your words. You are you are so full of zest. You inspire me and make me want to be like you. I love the way that wisp of hair falls across the forehead, and the way you keep tucking it behind your ears. Oh yes, I love your white high heels too. I love the black top you wore, and the slits that I s- the slits that it had at the side, and the way you kept tugging it down so that your skin wouldn't show. I love the silver bangle you wore on the first day, and the thick white on thick white one, that little polka dots you wore on the second day. I love the silver earrings and the mismatched gold chain. Yes, I noticed every little thing that about you. I couldn't I couldn't help smiling at his word. I couldn't help smiling at his word. He really seemed to have noticed every minor details about me. The first page ended here, and he had written, "Please turn PTO, please turn over" at the bottom. I smiled at that. The last time I had used it when it was in a school in our assignment when I wanted to teacher to turn the page just in the case she missed. See, just in case she missed it. I was more than ready to turn. Oh God, I will read so much better than a Vaibhav. The thought crept up surreptitiously into my head, and I guiltily and hastily pushed it aside and I dominated myself for comparing them both. When I turned over, I recoiled, nearly jumped out of my bed and hit the roof. I thought I had settled down on a hot, scalding iron instead of my comfort pillow, written in blood in letter about 2 inches high in capital where the word "I love you." No, wait. When I turned over, I recoiled, nearly jumped out of my bed, and hit the roof, as though I had settled on a hot, scalding iron instead of my comfortable pillows, written in blood in letter about 2 inches high in capital where the word "I love you." The first few words were darkest, and O and U were very little, and beneath them he had written in pain, "Yes, it is blood, and I do love you, but I think don't even have enough blood in my blood to prove my love to you." Now the next page at the bottom left hand side had stuck a photo of himself which he had cut out in shape. I presumed from a large photo which perhaps had other people beneath it. He had written, I may not be pro-Mandal Commission activist or reserve, reservationist, but I solely want to reserve you for myself. I want to talk to you for a little while. Please don't say no. I will be waiting. All my love and then some more. Avi. And below this he had written his phone number, address, and drawn a map to his house. It was a route I was familiar with, as I knew the part of the town, and he had indicated all the landmarks and important places I could make out where his home was easily. The direction was clear and well emphasized. My heart seems to be beating at the rate of millions times a minute. My heart seemed to be beating at the rate of million times a minute now. I don't know what to do. Firstly, I sniffed the letter, the part of which he had written in blood. It smelled like rust. I found myself wondering whether he had cut himself, and if so, what the finger he had cut. I had the cut his thumb. I had the cut his forefinger. This guy seemed to be crazy, and it was a manic, intense kind of crazy. I waited for a chance to call Sui. When my mother stepped out in the evening to visit our neighbor, I grabbed my chance and dialed her hostel number. The common phone was very close to her hostel room, and she came to the line almost immediately. "Did you read it? What what has he said? Tell me," she demanded without even a cursory hello. Uh, We were beyond that. He said he wanted to meet me for just a little while. I answered, feeling weird, confused, and not knowing what to do all at the same time. Has he written? What do you think? He has also drawn a map giving direction to his home and say he will be waiting for him. What are you going to do? Idiot, why do you think I called you? Meet him. He said wickedly, "Shut up, stop making fun of me." "No, I actually mean it." The guy seems upset. He has written to you seriously. Sincerely, I think you should at least meet him and explain. Thought of it too, but I don't know Suvi. It seems absolutely wrong. Oh, Shanks, stop pretending you are married to Eva, and you are not in the Victorian era. How proper proper and idealistic can you be? Get uh, one second. It's over, no? Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. Mm, wait, wait. Uh, huh. Sorry, guys. I mean this. Yeah, yeah. Boss, and stop pretending you are married above. And you are not in the Victorian era. How proper and idealistic can you be? Get a hold on yourself, girl. Sometimes you are such a people pleaser, not actually that should be a pleaser. I'm not, I defended myself, but I knew she had a point. I did tend to be idealistic, and most of the time my behavior was governed by what a Weber would say, how he would react, and what he would think. You don't have to say anything to her. You are only meeting Abby, not sleeping with him or God or sex. At least I presume you won't be the first time. Cities. Shut up, I smiled. See you tomorrow at college. Yeah, bye, and don't forget to bring the letter. She reminded me before hanging up. I thought about the Suvi said. I won't be and explain. I had to make him understand how I felt about Webo. I had to tell him that I did mean that I had told him earlier. At least that is what I convinced myself. I looked at my watch quickly. Mom would not be back for at least half an hour. I dialed his number. He answered even before the first ring he had ended. It looked as though he had been waiting for it. Hello, Abhi, I asked hesitatingly. I will collect all those words and pronouns clearly. I know you would call. I exclaimed triumphantly. When are you coming? When you are coming? Uh, yes. Uh, when you are coming? Did I tell you I would be coming? I retorted, a little shocked at how well he seemed to have caused me. Of course you will, he answered with certainty. Tell me when, what time. Let me think about it. If you are really nice and played with me, I might consider it. I smiled, enjoying from prolonging his eagerness and anticipation. Oh, I can beg, I can play the violin, I can bring loudspeakers outside from your house right now and now or flowers if you prefer. I was sure he was capable of it. No need for all that. I will meet you on Saturday afternoon at 3. Waiting, he said, and then he said polite bye and hung up. When Weber called it, I did not mention a word about Abhi or when Abhi called I. When Abhi called, I did not mention a word about Abhi or agreeing to meet him, even though it was topmost on my mind at the point of time. If guilt, if guilt was a stone tied on my ankles, I would have sunk easily to the bottom of the sea. But I wore it easily on my sleeve my by pushing it aside and spoke to Weber as though everything was normal. When I reached college the next day, Sue pounced on me, grabbed up my bag, rummaged expertly through the content, and found the letter. You would make a good thief. You go through the content of my bag so quickly and definitely I committed watching her. Only if all the bag had interesting love letters, she retorted as she began reading. She re, to re, she too reacted exactly as I had been. I has as I had when I had uh, first read it and waited, watching for the effect when she would turn the page and see the writing in blood. I had purposely not mentioned it over the phone. I wanted to see her reaction in person. She had she had not disappointed. Holy cause, sweet Jesus, Holy Spirit, and Mother Mary. she exclaimed. Then, when she recovered, I asked her if she thought Abhi was crazy or a bit unbalanced after reading the letter. When when she recovered, I asked her if she thought Abhi was a crazy or a bit unbalanced after reading the letter. He is not a he is not a lunatic or unbalanced, but but he is so madly in love with you. You are blind not to be able to see it. I took a long time on Saturday morning deciding what to wear. I had already told my mother that I had a special office barrier meeting. It was really not a lie, as I was meeting another office barrier, wasn't I? I chuckled at my own silly joke, but it was mostly to hide the nervousness I felt. I knew Abhi would notice what I wore. I did not I didn't want to I didn't want it to seem like I had made a huge effort in dressing up to look pretty just for him. Yet I wanted to look nice. Finally, after very long, I ended up wearing a white shirt, jeans, and casual brown sandal, tying up my hair in ponytail, taking care to make it seem as though no effort had gone into choosing the outfit and or hairstyle or accessories. Then finally, when I satisfied, I left out for Abhi's house. I was going to sleep, but after reading all those things, it seems like yeah, I have to read complete one attempt. Life is what you make it. This one, life is what you make it. Life is what you make it. The chapter number 5. Now I'm going to read tomorrow. So waited. Uh, how much pages? Yeah, approx 8 to 9 pages. I have chapter number 5. Okay, it's good. The story is not new about me. I think I can predict what can be the next. And I have experience in all those things. So just chill. Okay. Hmm. Please go and sleep. Thanks. Bye. Nice to see my three viewers. I don't know who is all three. I know one, and I don't know who other two guy. There is 2 lakhs. Okay, the book is amazing. I have to complete in September before 25. I have to start new books and try other way to improve my communication skill. So bye. Good night.